Hi guys, just thought I'd share something with you. This here is an ECT Advanced Cleaning Techniques dust, but also importantly it's also a gloss meter. Now I've got the manual and the instructions and everything, and they're here. It's with a Swedish company, I think, Advanced Cleaning Techniques. I got this off eBay quite cheap, and I think one of the reasons is because the company itself no longer seems to be in existence. Website, domain, etc. is vacant, but it does allow me to measure gloss, and it also allows me to measure dust, and I've got the other bits but they're not in camera view. Now I've already calibrated this using the instructions that I've got down here, and just a little bit of a demonstration of the type of things I want to consider. Here we've got a sheet of, I don't know if you can see that, tie bar evolution, and that is max thickness, and it's black, and it's a sheet that's had a few weeks use of it. Wasn't particularly keen on the tie bar, I found it a bit bouncy, not as nice for me as the 1QXT. But just to give you a demonstration of the type of thing I'm looking at, if I turn this device on, and I've already calibrated it, and I take this off, I would do, except the plate's already over there for calibration. You see it's, at the moment, it's on 0. If I place that on there, you can see it's gone up to 9. And if I move it around, 8, 8, 8, and that's set at 60 degrees, 8, which is the recommended rate that the ITTF say in their technical leaflet. I think it's Technical Leaflet T4 or T3 for testing gloss. Now that is a used sheet. Over here I've got a sheet of new tie bar XP Evolution, sorry, MXP. Now then, just move that out of the way. You can see the difference. Let's see what the reading is on the new sheet. Set to 0, and if I put it on, you notice how much that's gone up. Jumped to 14. If I move it around, 14, 14, 14, 13 there. Just get that from underneath so it's flat. 14, back up there again. 13, consistently 14 to 13. Gloss reading I think is 20 or 24 in the technical leaflet, so this is a legal sheet. Ironically, the older a sheet of rubber seems to get, the more it complies with the legislation, i.e. the lower the value. Now I'm wondering if when I test spin and speed, reaction to spin, etc, etc, and I've got the robot, I'm going to try and set it so it fires down. I've got a vibration meter, I'm going to get various other things to try and work stuff out. But I'm going to see if there's going to be a correlation between the level of gloss and the level of performance of the rubber. Now I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, do you know what? Well, what happens if I clean it? Isn't that going to affect the gloss? Well, here is a very old sheet of butterfly Bryce. And you can see I never speed glued this. This is the old glue that's still stuck on the back. Let's take a reading of it. Get that out of the way. And the reading is 0, and if I put it on, 2, 3, 5 in the corner, 4, 2, 3, 2, 2, lowest in the middle-ish area, which is probably where most of the contact points hopefully have been with the ball. Now all I'm going to do is just go and get a little cloth with some water, and I'm going to clean that, and I'm going to dry it, and we're going to see what happens. So just bear with me. Right, okay, that's a dishcloth which has just got water on. That's a hand towel. Now if I do this test properly, I'll make sure that it's new dishcloth and there's nothing that's going to contaminate it. Now I'll just lift that off and let's clean this. And it didn't get above 4 or 5, I think. Now you might think, do you know what, that looks quite glossy. Let's get this off because you're not going to play with a wet bat. Let's see how much that's affected its glass. Okay, lay it flat, turn this device back on again. You can see it's at 60 degrees, which is what I need it to be, and it's set to 0. Let's put it down. 2, 3, 4, 2. I'm in the conservatory, guys, that's why that curtain's blowing. 3. Even though I've cleaned it and taken the crap off with water, it has not changed its gloss rating. Now, I'm wondering what happens if I put something like, I don't know, fairy liquid on or something like that, something that could tune and boost it. I know sometimes they'll put it on the sponge, I think sometimes they might put it on the rubber, but if that gloss varies, and by varying it I mean it goes above what a new sheet would be, that could be an indication that somebody's treated the rubber. Something to look forward to in the future. Unfortunately, Aggies V, I was thinking of using this test to show how it differed with the TSP spin pips you kindly sent me, but the problem I've got with Pimples, and this is a sheet of 80240, an old sheet, if I put it on, the only reading I'm getting off that is 1. Doesn't matter where I really move it. 1, 1. And this is a much newer sheet of 80240. You can probably see new sheet, old sheet's much dirtier. So I'd expect this to be a little bit higher. But again, it's coming out at 1, 1, 1. So because of this pimple surface and the papers 2 gap, I don't know if it's the pimples or if it's the fact that there's a drop off between the pimples and the actual rubber surface. But if I move down towards the bottom, the flatter bit, you can see it's 2, it jumps to 5 there, 2, 5, 4, 4, 2. Now and if I flick over to the older sheet, which is much muckier, camera's probably adjusting for that with its automatic settings, but 2, 2, 1, 2, 2. And if I move back up again, it doesn't move off 1. So you can see it is a little bit darker, or I'll rephrase that, there's not as much gloss to the old sheet, but it's not really reliable for Pimples to test. But that's just one of a number of little tests that I'm trying to devise, and I'll keep you informed. I'm just going to disappear now, and I'm just going to get some fairy liquid, and I'm going to put it on that Bryce. I'm going to see if that changes the reading. Just bear with me a sec. Okay, and now you can see I have mild green, fairy liquid, and soft hands. What I'm going to do, because sometimes I've been told people will put fairy liquid on the tips of Pimples to make them slippy. So I'm just going to put a little bit on there, and this cloth is the one that had water on, so let's just rub it around. There we go. Now then, I'm going to leave that to dry, and when it's dried I'm going to take another reading. And remember with that Bryce, I think it was down about 4 or 5. Let's see if it's changed at all. See you in a few minutes. Right, okay guys, it's springtime here, so it's dried reasonably quick for us. Fortunately, it stopped raining. And you can see that's, I'm going to have to reset it again. It's already calibrated, I won't need to do that, just turn it on. And you can see it's back to 0. Now let's try this test again, and I've not done this before, so I'm intrigued. And it's dropped to 3. 4, 4, 5, 4, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, down as 2, 3. So if anything, Putty Fairy Liquid's not made much difference, but it's actually taken some of the gloss off. So if you actually baselined all new rubbers, you've already seen that them getting mucky doesn't affect the gloss, but putting a chemical substance on might do. Possibility of exploring a cheap and easy way of seeing if people are cheating. Don't know, just for the hell of it. That's the back of it. Again, like I say, it's the old glue that's on there. If I put that back in the way, you can see it says 2. If I put it on there, it's 5, 3, it's what, 6 actually, 7, 6, 6. Now, just out of interest, this is a sheet of Gambler, which I stopped using, and it's red by the way, just show you, it's Gambler Outlaw. I stopped using that because it started getting slippy, and when you look at the reading on there, it's gone up straight away to 14, 14, 16, and if 20, 17, that's getting quite close, the Gambler, to the limit that you're allowed. But it could also be an indication that older the rubber, the shinier rubber this gets. But generally speaking, what I'm getting is red, I generally find gives a higher reading. So I'm wondering if when they do their rubber mixture or whatever, they have to build into the fact that red is going to be higher on the scale, and that's what they calibrate everything to, red, because black will be actually less. Anyway, what I'm saying is this is potentially a way of baselining whether somebody's messed around with the rubber, and certainly baselining it with the beauty performance and seeing how that performance drops off as the gloss rating also changes. Okay, let us know your thoughts. Like I say, one of many. Just want to get something out there now. Fed up of not having anything consistent. Cheers. Oh, and just for the record, those are tiles on the actual floor of the conservatory. I put that down, it's up to 50, 51. And if I put this back in its calibration sheet, it skyrockets back up to 90. So there's very little gloss on a lot of these table tennis rubbers. Cheers.